Hey all, this is Lynn back with Paper Life and our traveler's journal that we've been working on. Today I am really hoping to have this all buttoned up. We'll see how it goes. So let's see, does this fit in here? Yeah, it fits in there. We'll put that in there for now. Why not? It's cute. So my goal is to figure out how we're going to decorate all of the inserts, get them sewn around. So if you're going to do any sewing, and hopefully get the inserts sewn together so that we can put them in and have a working journal, planner, whatever you want to use it for. We'll see how well that goes. That's always my plan, but these things take longer than I expect. So let's see, that's already there. I thought about creating, this was an image that came with the kit that you could have done, you know, either put it on one of your covers as a decorative piece. I think I want to do a pocket though for it. And of course, since I already put the lace on here, I got to actually kind of measure this. So all I'm doing is trying to see where my cover is under there and marking where it stops and starts. Because I'm going to do this kind of at an angle. And I don't know how I'm going to glue it down yet, but I don't know. One of my friends does that, and I really love how it looks in her journals. It's just different. It's different. We like different. Well, I like different. It would help if I could see my marks. I lost my marker again. There we go. So all I'm doing is taking my ruler and trying to kind of line it up with the two lines that I made. I don't know how long I've been telling you that I will move this camera, and I still haven't. So sorry if I'm hitting you a bunch. So that'll get glued in like there. Let's see. I already feel like this has a bunch of color, so let's do some distressed photo around the edges. I think it'll work well with this brownish lace. Okay, so that will go there. I am going to sew around this pocket before I glue it down, because that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do, right? So if that's not what you want to do, then don't do it. Do something different. Kind of feel like I want to add something on the top of here, but I don't know if I do or not. No, I don't think I'm going to. Okay, so once that gets sewn up, that cover will be done. It's very weird not doing a lot of decorating on here. you know, doing all our layering and all that goodness. But like I said, I just don't want to make this where it's super bulky. I want to keep them kind of modest. I don't know about modest, but yeah, not so big. I think what I'm going to do on my yearly, one, apparently I grabbed the wrong one, so I don't have my lace on here to separate the year. But I have the pocket that will get glued into this corner, like so, there. In this kit, there is some tags, stuff like that. There was also some months typed up. And I got a big old mess in front of me. All my windows are open because the weather's so nice, so I'm hoping the breeze doesn't blow in here and kill all these. Send them flying. So one of my thoughts is that I can go through and put little tabs on each page with the month, but I don't know how really necessary that is. So let's see, I'm going to start this in May. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So this will be the first month of the new year right here. So I think I'm just going to grab some lace and kind of glue that down so that it makes it a little easier for me to identify it. And besides, it just gives me a way to cheat and have a little more lace in here. I don't think I'm going to do any sewing on the actual pages, so I'm just going to put a bead of Fabri-Tac down the side of it. Just to kind of hold my lace on there. I'm just going to put a piece of wax paper on there so that my glue doesn't get on any of my other pages. I still want to do some kind of pocket here, and I'm not sure yet what to do there, so I'm going to set this one to the side while that dries. And okay, so here is what I did decide I think I want to do with these little months. Is I have my monthly task. Now usually when I do my weekly, I don't do a weekly every week because, well, how many times do I need to write down, go pick up kids, go pick up kids, go pick up kids, blah blah blah. It gets kind of boring saying the same thing all the time. So unless I have multiple things going on, I don't usually do a weekly. But I do use my task sheets a lot. So I thought if I put the month on my monthly task, then I could kind of use that as my place marker in there of what months are where. So I said I would start this in May. So let's grab my May. I feel like I should still cut that down a little bit more. I guess I could have measured that, because I don't think this is going to want to rip like this. Nope, it's not going to. So I'm just going to leave it be. That size is perfect. Of course, while I'm on camera, this does not want to tear for me very well. So the one thing I hadn't figured out is where I was thinking to put the little tag at. I think what I'm going to do is put it down here at the bottom, because I may not use all these tasks. Maybe, come on, lay down there for me. So I did come down a little bit more, so I didn't do it exactly even, because I can make up a little bit of my size. Maybe that way. Okay. I don't know where to put it. Alright, I'm going back to the bottom where I said. Now I did double side print this, so I do have some decoration on the other side. But now we have the month right there. So my thought behind this was to take my monthly to-do, or to take one of the to-do lists that came in the kit. I don't know, I tend to keep these kind of as a running total or tally of what I need to do. I don't necessarily do it for each day. It might be big projects that need to be done, whatever the situation is. So what I was thinking was to take this and kind of fold it just so it'll fit in here. Still need to cut that down a little bit more. I made these so again they could be a full size in here if you wanted to, a full page. But I don't want to use them that way, so I'm not going to use them that way. I'm going to be a big brat about it. Okay. So I'm just going to take a paper clip, and then it would get clipped on my weekly, so that now I have the months for my weekly kind of sticking out, just making it kind of easy to find the month that I'm in. It has my to-do list either behind it or in front of it. I don't know, I kind of like in front of it just because it's kind of prettier. And then that would be what I would have for my monthly. And then I could keep my task list in there if I wanted. But then when I start a new month, I'll just grab another one of these, do my task, stick it in, and there we go. That's my theory. I do not plan on sewing this on at all. I don't want to. I know the one time I don't want to sew something, huh? Alright, so this whole doodad has this as a pocket. I cannot remember at all if I showed you how I did this pocket, but I just took book page, put some fabric scrap on there, put some lace across the top, some lace across the bottom, and then I just did some sewing across the left side and the top because it's going to get put in like here, and then when I sew around, all of this will be sewn down, so this side will just get glued. And actually, let me go ahead and do that while we're here. Because everything else is done on this page, besides the fact, no, okay. I need this to be brought up a little bit more than I initially intended, because I don't want to round my corner right there. And my book page is round, or the book cover is rounded. So if I brought this all the way down to the bottom, I would need to round it. And I don't want to. So, wax paper. That goes like that. We have another cover to figure out there, or another pocket, or if we're going to. I don't know, like I said, I'm going kind of pocket crazy on this. This one was already done. Again, I don't know if I showed you this part. I'm hoping I did. But I made this little pocket. Came from the kit. You just fold this up, fold that over. You can either cut this off to make it just a tuck. I'm going to keep it on there and try something with it. A lot of times you could stick them on the corner of your pocket like this, so that, sorry, the corner of your page like this, so you have a tuck there and maybe a pocket there. But I want to try something with that. I'm not sure how it's going to go over yet. We did this, And this was actually the back side of, maybe, hold on, I know I just saw it. Okay, so this one, this was originally, how was it? It was originally like this, I think. It's not lining up at the current moment. Okay, yeah, I think that was originally like this. So I just wanted the corner tuck of it, so I cut this part off, which then makes a cute little ready-made journaling tag. Journaling card if you wanted it to be. Okay, so let's move on to what I wanted to do here in the front. Because I've been hemming and hawing and not figuring out what I want to do here, because I really like this back. So I thought about making it like a fold out pocket. I don't know. I've gone back and forth on that so many times. I think I'm just going to do something and call it good. So I'm going to grab a book page. You guys know me. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab probably 2 book pages. So I have 2 book pages here, just to give it a little extra strength. I want to use the side that, you know, is already commercially cut, I guess, is what I want to say. I'm going to corner round this. Figure out the color we want to distress around here with. I think I just hit you again. I'm kind of thinking maybe green, maybe a little, give it a little difference, make it stand out. Okay, I guess before I get started, I'll kind of distress a little bit and see how that'll look. I think that'll make the page, the book page, kind of stand out from behind there, I guess is the words that I want. I'm gonna grab my glue stick. I have no idea how big this is going to end up being, but I kind of want to glue the 2 pages together, and that's why I'm using, oh, here comes the wind. Okay, I didn't move too much around. That's why I'm using the 2 book pages, is just to give it a little extra strength. Ah. So there we go there. Put my hand in the ink pad because that seems like a great idea. Okay. I don't want this to be too much larger, I guess, than this little pocket tag thing here. That was a horrible tear. Well, that's okay. If I don't love it, I can go back and take off a little bit since I have room to go. I want a better tear than that. The silence of me tearing paper. Dun dun dun. I know, isn't this so much fun? Okay, so I'm going to go around and distress with the green. I don't know if I'm going to keep that top, but I'll distress it in case I do, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it just kind of like that. So I want to kind of cover that a little more. That gets glued on there like that. What do we think about maybe, nope, not like that. Just joking, I don't want it like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because this, alright, in my opinion, this green takes away from some of the, I guess, feminine side of this journal, which could be a good thing if that's what you wanted. I'm not loving it, so I'm going to try to take away some of that sharpness, hardness. Yeah, I'm trying to find a good descriptive word for it. Okay, so let's try this again. If I glue that across the top, alright, guess what? I don't like that at all. Rewind. I say that, but you guys realize I'm not going to go through and edit this video to rewind that. Oh. Alright. I like the idea, but then it just started to seem like it was going to be way too much. And this page is already pretty busy. See, that's really been my debate on this, is that I want to add something to it, but it already has so much going on that I don't know if I really want to add any more to it. That's my big dilemma here. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to take this to the sewing machine, do a line across here, a line down there, a line there, and then I will glue it in just like that. I'm just going to leave it kind of simple. So I'll sew around that, and then with the advancements in camera or whatever, I'll fast forward and show it to you before I glue it in. I don't know. I may end up changing my mind before we get that far, but I don't know. I don't know. For right now, I'm going to say this one's done. Okay, for this one, we have this nice large pocket back here. Which that'll go in there kind of nicely. I'm thinking I want a nice pocket here because one, I can put my task list, extra to-do list, things like that in there. See how bad I messed this up. So what I want to do is I want to do wax paper and make it look kind of like a glassine bag. I don't know, that's one of those things I have a really hard time finding around here. So I'm going to use wax paper. If you have a glassine bag that'll fit there, by all means, use that. I just don't. So I don't have it. I'm not going to use it. Yeah, that doesn't quite fit back there. Okay. With that being said, if I make a pocket here, okay, if I make a big pocket here, it probably still won't fit because I gotta do the stitching unless I do a straight stitch. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Whatever, I want a glassine bag there, so that's what I'm gonna do. Or a faux glassine bag. Let's see how big my cover is. It's about 3 3/4, so I'm going to do my bag 3 1/2. Oh, the wax paper was part of, or not wax paper, sorry, parchment paper is part of what the wind decided to blow away. So I want to do this, I said 3 1/2. Inches wide. How tall am I going to be able to get away with? 6 3/4, so 6, I guess 6 inches. I guess 6 inches. I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. Alright, so what I'm cutting right now is about 6 1/2 inches, but I'm going to trim it down to size. For right now, I'm just trying to get it into a size that is more reasonable for me to cut on my extremely full work area right now. Now I will say that I have not found any glue that will want to hold this together. I've always had to sew around them. If any of you happen to know of something that will work, please share. I think I even tried some of that like seam binding stuff. That didn't want to work either. I did the Fabri-Tac, and that's a solvent-based glue, so it usually has your best chance of binding, and it doesn't either. But I do use it to kind of cheat and hold it together so I can sew it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright, so let's see, where are we? I'm about 4 inches wide. I want to bring this down to 3 1/2. Okay, so that's 3 1/2. Man, I said it was going to be a bag. I guess this is going to be more like a pocket because I don't want to actually make it into a legitimate bag. Okay, so our height was 6 3/4. But if I make this like 5 inches tall, I feel like that's excessive. So let's see. I'm going to do 5 inches and then see how excessive this is. I guess that's not too excessively big. Now, okay, these are not as crystal clear as a glassine bag, but they're still pretty good. I mean, you won't hear any complaints out of me, so I'm thinking that there. My only thing is I'll have to move it like that a little bit because I don't want to round the corner on this. So let's see. In order to get this to hold together a little bit for me and make it easier while I sew it, I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac. I'm going to run a bead down the sides. Like so. Probably should have kept this handy. Maybe not that side. Okay, that side it is. Because if I flip it over, I'm just going to get glue on my table. This takes a moment or two for it to tack together. Now, if you wanted to punch a, like hole in here, you could, to make it easier to get stuff out of there. I just can't ever find my hole punch, so I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You can't make me. You can't make me do it. Sometimes I have to go back and glue these more than once. If you're going to sew it, you definitely don't have to glue it like I am, but I just can't sew it like that without having them go every different direction. You may be able to get away with something like a washi tape down the edges to hold it together. I honestly don't know if it would hold. That's my opinion. Because kind of like wax tape or wax paper, this is designed for stuff not to stick to it. I think I want to do something kind of decorative across the top, and I don't know what. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so I keep a jar up on my desk with rice in it so that my scissors don't get dull as I put them in and out. Yeah, I just got done wearing rice because they were stuck in these scissors. I'm kind of debating on, well, I guess the debate's over because I've already started the process. Cutting that like that. Okay, remember that glue I just really fought with to get it to hold? I'm going to change my mind. I have no idea if this is going to hold at all on here, but why not? Okay, I said I was going to get this done today, and if I don't stop fussing with all of this, I'm never going to get it done. So even if this doesn't stick, we're just going to act like that adhered. So now I have a little bag, little pocket bag thing that a tag or whatever could go into. And it just kind of makes it where you can still see it and it's not completely covered. Alright, so what I'm going to do is sew all the way on all 3 sides. That'll get glued down on my page like so, and then the whole thing will get sewn around. Why don't we I feel like that kind of needs to get sewn on there. Yep, okay. So I'm going to sew around all 3 sides. This will get glued down like here. This will get glued on top of it like so. I'm only going to glue across this bottom area, and then we can still use this as a tuck-in spot. Alright, that's the plan there. I'll probably go through, sew around all of this, and then glue it into place to kind of show you what it looked like after I got that far. We're back to here. This is getting just sewn. Oh, let's add some lace down here. Let's add some lace. Shall we add some prettiness? I feel like I've been using the same pieces. However, I didn't have that many that would go in here very well. And actually, I need to... Okay, I got the green one there inside. Maybe take and run that one down like so. See if I got, yep, there's another piece of it. Okay, so that gets glued there. Just going to clip off the extra. This is going to just be glued down and make it look like it was sewn on, because it's not going to actually be sewn on there. So this will get glued on here like so after it's all sewn around the edges. I want to make sure this doesn't glue on, so I'm going to paper clip it to this other side. Like so. So now we're at a what to put on this one. Let's go back to our glue or our lace. I feel like I'm kind of being repetitive here. I can't help it. I can only fit so much lace in here. Come on, glue. Yeah, oh. I told it to come on. Apparently it took me quite literally. Okay. Sorry, I probably just moved this so that you could not see it. Okay. That goes like that. Get that there. I want some kind of pocket here. What do I want? Assuming that's dry since I just removed that wax paper. We hope so at this point. This has been going a really long time. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we need some kind of pocket here. What do we want to do? Let me grab the wax paper again. I'm kind of thinking maybe a what if I did a alright, I got an idea. We're going to see here in a moment how bad this works, or how bad this doesn't work. Alright, so I did kind of a jagged edge tear across it. So this would go in here, and then you would have kind of a tuck-in spot here and a tuck-in spot here. But one of my questions is, how is this pocket going to work? I don't think I'm going to love that pocket. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and sew a bunch of this, and then I'll jump back with you guys and show you kind of the progress, because this video is already longer than I intended it to be. Okay guys, so I said that I wanted to try to finish this whole thing up today with you, and the first part of this video was already so long that I don't see me being able to finish it up. So what we're going to do is just kind of fake the rest of it, act like it's done. I'm going to show you what I've done, and then here in the next couple days hopefully I'll be able to give you a flip through. So I haven't sewn around the edge of this. I did sew here. This needs to be sewn all the way down. I glued that there. This becomes a little tuck behind there. Okay, yeah, so this was one of my I don't know what I was thinking moments. I made this little bag and it was going to get glued there. However, I said the glue doesn't hold. So I don't know what my great idea was going to be. I could have snipped the corner. I just decided that this might be something that gets stuck in on a page. It might go in a pocket, something like that. Yeah, that was my I don't know what I'm thinking. But with this little band of lace here that I just glued at the bottom, the sides, and the top, I can now put my extra cards and stuff like that in the side. I already showed you that one. Yep. Wrong direction. So that still needs to be sewn in around. There's nothing there for right now, and this will get glued down in this corner once I've sewn around it. What I did do was I took a book page and I cut it to fit right here. Here is with this kit I gave some of just the blank images. This is printed on just cardstock. I cut it to be just a little bit smaller height-wise than my original, because what I'm going to do, hopefully quickly, is show you how you can just kind of make a quick pocket, maybe. So what I want to do is fold. This is a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch, but somewhere in that realm. Okay, well, I'm going to have to get an eraser that's not going to leave lines everywhere. Cross like that. How wide was my paper? We are sitting at 3.5, so align that fold up with there. I'm going to come over to my 3.5 inch mark, maybe. So now what you're left with is you have this line going down here, this line going across there. You have the same thing there. So see, I've cut a little bit more on each side of where that, I guess, square box from where we folded it was at. And the reason for that is now these pages, or sorry, these little flaps will fold over each other like so. Like so. Now this is where kind of the pain's going to come into it. Because I had to use my corner punch there. But then that can get glued down just like that. I'm going to sew all the way around here, probably there too, all the way around this box. Then they can get glued down on top of each other, and it'll give me 2 pockets. So sew a button on it. That's what's going to end up going. Right here. Okay. This one is going to get glued down there. And obviously I still have tags and stuff like that to make for it. I'm going to show you quickly on one of these how you would bind together your signature, or sorry, your inserts in this case. And then if you noticed, we only had 2 elastics here. I'm going to show you how you can put more than 2 signatures into your elastic. So you could put 1 piece of elastic if you wanted. You could do 3. You could do however many or however few you want, as long as, I would say you probably need at least 1. I'm just going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. One, about 2/3 of an inch from the top. That's probably more of an inch from the bottom. One about center. I'm going to go through my center like so. I'm going to go through my top holes. Now you could also do the bottom, it doesn't matter in this case. I'm going to go back through, in my case, the bottom, but the opposite hole that you just went through. I think I tend to do the top and then go to the bottom, but that's just me. Yes, I have way more thread here than what you would need. I'm going to go back through my center hole. Then what you want to do is make sure that you have a thread on each side of the center loop that you made. You want to pull tightly without going, you don't want to tear through your paper, okay? Then you're going to tie a square knot, which is left over right, right over left. I know you guys are probably tired of me saying that. I usually try to do 3. I mean, I guess at that point it's no longer a square knot, it's like a triangle knot, but hey, we're going to go with that. Clip off your excess. Let me put my binding book away. Oh. Okay. Pretend world. all of these have been sewn together in the way that I just showed with the pamphlet. What you want to do is you want to grab the center of your book where you tied your knot at. That goes underneath the elastic, like so. But now we only have 2 books in here and we want to put another 2 in. What you want to do is grab your elastic again. This is how I measure it. I go through the center of mine, or one of my books. And I'm just going to tie my square knot again. Oh yeah, these are fantastic scissors. There we go. So now we just have a loop around your book. My knot wasn't tight enough. But usually I don't tighten these all the way down until I know I've put them in here and they all hold well. Okay, so we have an elastic just going through the center of our book out to the outside. This part of the elastic is going to go through the middle. So at this point you just have this. Now what I want to do maybe is fish this insert into the center of my elastic. Okay, so now this one's in the middle, those are on the outside. So now we've just stuck 4 signatures in here. With the inch spine, I mean honestly, you could probably get 2 or 3 more in here. But there you go. There's our travel journal. Like I said, I'm really going to try to get a flip through of what I finished it with. Hopefully within the next day or 2. My husband's off for a couple days, so that'll put me behind a little bit. But I will show you what I've done just as soon as I'm done with it. Sorry guys that these videos were so long. I have so much more respect for any of the people that have done full journal craft-alongs. I never realized how long it really takes me to do something. And you guys, if you have stuck with me, thank you. You are extremely patient. I will see you all later. If you guys are a member of Paper Lifers on Facebook, make sure to give me a hard time about my 5-hour long project here. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.